Hey, what's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. It's the morning after the live feed. I hope everyone enjoyed the live Q&A last night. I know I did. I had fun answering everyone's questions, and I'm looking forward to doing another one. So thank you guys for tuning in and supporting the channel. So today's video is going to be about some brakes that I picked up. And before I talk about those brakes, I'm going to talk about the stock brakes on the car. One thing you guys might not have known is that the front brakes on my car drag really bad, and I've got the wheel on the car right now just to show you guys how bad these front brakes drag. So I'll go ahead and show y'all. So the wheel is on the car right here, as you can see, and the car's been sitting for like 2 or 3 months now, and haven't messed with the brakes or anything. This is pretty normal, generally how hard it always is to turn this tire. But normally you should be able to push this tire and the tire will spin freely. You can, I mean, even my truck outside, I can do it. I can jack it up and spin the tire, and it spins pretty freely. But these front brakes, I can barely move this wheel. I don't have the lug nuts on this wheel right now, but just you guys can see how hard it is in the camera to spin. Believe it or not, I ran 850s with the front brakes dragging like that. I don't know how much time it's worth, but I feel like getting some better brakes is definitely going to help out. So my fab guy Rusty was actually parting out his drag car. He's trying to get into some rock crawling stuff now, and he was getting rid of all his parts, and I got a deal I couldn't pass up on some front brakes. So I went ahead and picked them up, and they are Aerospace 4-piston front drag brakes. They're really nice. These are like a billet aluminum 4 pistons. So instead of having a slider like stock brakes, they have a piston on each side, and they press the brake pads together against the rotor. Came with these nice braided steel lines that go right into my flared brake lines. And the front rotors, they're vented. They're used, of course, but they don't have very many miles on them. That's like a aluminum center section here instead of steel, and then the brake rotor is bolted to this hub right here on the back side, as you can see. And these are not vented like the stock front brakes are, so it makes them a good bit lighter. They're not as good for street use. They'll do okay for light street use. Definitely not something you want to have on a daily driver, but should significantly cut down on the weight on the front end and help with the dragging issues. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to take these front brakes off, the stock front brakes. I'm going to take one side off. I'm going to stand on the scale. I'm going to weigh myself, and then I'm going to hold a pair of the caliper and rotor Aerospace brakes and see what the weight difference is, so I can figure out how much weight I'm going to end up pulling off the front end with these brakes. So I'm going to get down here and pull these front brakes off, and then we'll weigh that stuff and see what the difference is. Alright guys, so I got these stock brakes pulled off, and I got my scale out here. First off, I'm going to weigh myself so you guys can see how fat I am. I am right now 211 pounds. Yeah, it's winter. I got my fat on for the winter. So first off, I'm going to weigh myself. So I was 211 pounds. I'm going to grab these stock brakes here, which are heavy. Mainly this caliper rotor here. And I'm going to weigh myself with the stock brakes. 236 pounds. So that is, what's that, 25 pounds? Right there. Now I'm going to take one of these aerospace calipers and a rotor. I was 211 pounds. Let's see how much I weigh with these. 223. So these are 12 pounds. 12 pounds for the rotor and the caliper. Alright, so I wrote this stuff down just so I could remember what was going on. I think I may have messed a couple numbers up. I was pretty close. So the stock brakes are 236 pounds with me, so I subtracted that from my original weight. And the stock brakes are 25 pounds, and the aerospace brakes came out to 12 pounds. So that's going to take a total of 24 pounds off the front end of the car, which should counteract the weight of the turbo I put up here, the extra weight of that turbo and the extra weight of that intercooler. So I should be about the same as I was last year. And also I'm going to have less rolling resistance. So next I'm going to get the aerospace brakes put on this wheel, and then I'm going to do the test again with the wheel on there and see how well it spins. So I'm going to get to that. Alright guys, so I got these brakes installed. Rusty was nice enough to give me the spindles, which are, can't really show you guys, but he gave me the spindles, which were already modified with the brackets on the brake, so I didn't have to do any modification there. I just took my old hub and spindles off and put these on. But as you can see, these things are really nice. I really like the way they look. Clean them up a little bit and they'll look even better. But as you can see, I'm already turning the wheel, so we'll go ahead and do the spin test to see how these compare to the stock brakes. And they are scrubbing a little bit, so I think once I drive it and break the pads back into the rotors and get everything working together again, I think it'll be even better. These brakes sat up for a long time, so they need to be driven on a little bit. But we'll go ahead and spin the tire and see how much better it spins from the stock brakes. So we'll go ahead and just give it a spin. It's a lot better. Like I said, there's that little bit of drag is why the tire isn't spinning any longer. Like you see all these videos where people test the TBM brakes and stuff and they spin forever. But these are significantly better than the stock brakes were. So I think between the drag and the weight loss, I think these are going to help a lot. Really excited to see how much they help on the track and how good they stop, of course. So I'm going to finish getting everything bolted up on this side, and I'm going to get everything bolted up on the other side. And these things will be installed and ready to go whenever she gets back up to running here in a couple of months. So got the driver's side brake on now, and I left the tire off just because I wanted to show you guys how nice these brakes look on the car right here. But before, I couldn't even turn, there was no way I could turn the stock brake by hand like I can this one. And like I said, this rotor needs to be kind of broken in again, sort of to settled in into the way everything is sitting right here, and a lot of that scrubbing will probably go away, but so much easier to turn. This is going to help out a lot, especially when I'm trying to push the car in the staging lanes, and it's a workout just to move it. You know, it's usually I have to crank it up and actually drive it down the staging lanes and getting the engine hot and all that. It's not really good. So plus the I'm dropping off each side, so that weight's going to help because it's taking some rotational mass off, which helps out, and also weight, unsprung weight that's being taken off the car. So should help out a lot. But these things are really nice. Got a really good deal on them. I couldn't pass it up. Aerospace components. Everyone knows these brakes. They're really nice. You see how these braided lines, this is like $100 worth of braided lines right here. Goes back over here and connects to my brake line. There's an adapter AN to the flared brake line right here. So it's really nice. So really happy with the way this install went. It was super easy, with Rusty already giving me the spindles and stuff that were modified for these brakes, so I really didn't have to do anything. We just bolt everything up. It was really nice. So excited to see how these things do. I'm going to bleed them here in a little bit, and everything should be good. So that's all I got for today's video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the install of those aerospace brakes, and stay tuned. We're going to be getting that lower radiator line fabbed up soon, and then hopefully the block and the heads get here within the next month, and I'll start assembling the engine. getting some stuff painted under the hood, kind of cleaning things up. And the plan is to have this thing crunk up and running by the middle to the end of March. Get some testing in and get ready for the racing season. So once again, guys, thanks for tuning in and watching the video. If you're not subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell to get notifications when I upload new videos. That's all I got for today, guys. I will talk to y'all later.